How to complete an application. Security Guard registration, U.S. Armed Forces and Veterans. In order to assist veterans in their transition from military service to civilian employment, the Bureau of Security and Investigative Services, BSIS, has implemented the Veterans Come First program. This program offers priority services to veteran applicants and assists veterans by leveraging their transferable military experience and training in order to meet all or part of the Bureau's licensing qualifications allowable by law. Only an individual who satisfies one of the following is authorized by law to have the processing of their Security Guard registration initial application expedited. 1. Applicant is an honorably discharged active duty member of the U.S. Armed Forces. 2. Applicant is a spouse or domestic partner of an active duty member of the U.S. Armed Forces who is assigned to a California duty station and holds a current Security Guard license elsewhere. Information for the Veterans Come First program can be found on our website. To obtain a Security Guard registration, you are required to submit an application for licensure and fingerprints for a criminal background check. Please note, there is a new updated Security Guard registration application. It can be found at the BSIS website. It is important to note, submitting an incorrect or outdated form may cause your application to be rejected. Check the appropriate box. If you are an honorably discharged active duty member of the U.S. Armed Forces seeking expedited services under this designation, you must include a copy of your DD-214 or DD-215 with your application as proof of having served as an active duty member of the U.S. Armed Forces and being honorably discharged. If you are a spouse or domestic partner of an active duty member of the U.S. Armed Forces who is assigned to a California duty station and holds a current Security Guard license elsewhere, seeking expedited service under this designation, you must include with your application a copy of your certificate of marriage, certificate of domestic partnership, or proof of other legal union, a copy of your spouse or partner's military orders reflecting assignment to a California duty station, and proof of being licensed as a security guard in another state, U.S. territory, or district. Print your complete name as listed on a current government-issued photographic identification, such as a driver's license, alien registration, passport, or other document. Print your Social Security number as it appears on your Social Security card. If you do not have a Social Security number, print your individual taxpayer identification number. Print your date of birth in the following format: month, day, and year. By law, an applicant is required to provide their residence address to BSIS. Your address of record, AOR, is the address that will appear on your registration and where BSIS will mail your registration and any future correspondence relating to your Security Guard registration. The AOR is also the address that will be disclosed in response to public records requests or public sales requests. If providing a post office box or an address other than your residence address as your AOR, you must provide your residence address. Residence address. If the AOR you listed is not your residence address, you must provide your residence address. The residence address is confidential. Provide your telephone number, including the area code and 7-digit number. While optional, providing your email address may expedite BSIS's communication with you if additional information is required to process your application. A July 1, 2004 change in law revised the PTA course content to require 8 hours of training, comprised of 4 hours in power to arrest and 4 hours in weapons of mass destruction and terrorism awareness. Print the requested information. The answers can be found on the certificate of completion provided by a BSIS-approved private patrol operator licensee, training facility, or power to arrest trainer. Complete your application by providing your signature and date. Retain a copy of your application for your records. Complete your application checklist. Be sure to include your security guard registration application and your U.S. Armed Forces and Veterans Expedited Services copy of your DD-214 or DD-215. Once you have mailed your completed application and the application fee, you can provide fingerprints. You must submit fingerprints with this application even if you have previously submitted fingerprints for another BSIS license. Providing fingerprints by live scan. Please note, per Federal Bureau of Investigation guidelines, you must submit your application to BSIS before completing a live scan. Submit your fingerprints through a Department of Justice live scan provider using a security guard live scan form. This form can be found on the BSIS website. The request for live scan service form you need to complete must have security guard listed in type of application. Before submitting, it is important that the spelling of your last, first, and middle names match exactly on both your LiveScan and Security Guard application forms. Not submitting the exact spelling of your name on both forms will significantly delay the matching of your fingerprint response to your application. To prevent application processing delays, keep a copy of the LiveScan form for your records, which must include the ATI number and signature of the LiveScan operator. Providing fingerprints by hard cards. If you are unable to submit fingerprints via LiveScan or live outside of California and cannot access a LiveScan provider in this state, you must provide fingerprints by hard cards. To complete the hard card fingerprint method, contact your local police or sheriff's department to inquire about having your fingerprints rolled. You will need to complete 2 fingerprint hard cards, one for the Federal Bureau of Investigation and one for the Department of Justice. Hard cards and fee payment. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and Department of Justice charge a fee for processing fingerprint cards, which must be made directly to BSIS. When submitting your hard cards by mail, you should include a copy of your security guard registration application with the 2 hard cards.